All right, this is my last one. This is for a young boy up in Alberta. His daddy said he had a good boy and he needed a good knife. So this is for Mikey. And this is the handle. Not sure, I'm going to try to save the wormholes, but I'm not sure how deep they go. And I'm going to have to sand the blade marks out of here, the cutting marks, so it may not have any wormholes when you get it, but I'll do my best. It'll be pretty regardless. Alright, I'm fixing to go put this on my belt grinder, and let's get a bevel grinded on it. See you in a bit. Alright, Mikey, here's the knife on a jig. I got the edge started. A few more passes and I'll turn the knife over on the other side. Okay, I've got it off the jig. Got both sides ground. Now I'm going to put it on my bench and I'm going to take a file and at the tip where it's thicker, I'm going to work on this a little more, but I'm going to smooth this all out, this edge where I've ground. And I'm going to spend a little more time on the tip than the rest of the blade because, like I say, it's thicker. Alright, that's next. Alright, I've been rubbing on this about an hour now. I got the tip thin enough where I can put it on a stone and give it a good edge. And I've got sandpaper wrapped around the file. I'm sanding out the sanding scratches from the belt grinder. And I got to give my arms a rest. Maybe get a cup of coffee. Be right back. Alright, I got the pins cut. For the handle. Now I got to cut the handles out. And sand the faces that are going to be touching this side and the other side, sand them smooth. And then I'm going to heat treat this, and then I'm going to put it in my oven and temper it. So let me get a little bit more done. I'll show you what I got. All right, Mikey, I got the handles cut. I'm fixing to go put this in the forge. And tonight I'll put it in the oven and temper it, and tomorrow I'll put the handles on. Well, there's my forge, but I've already done it. It's right there. But I needed two hands to do that, so I couldn't film it. But this is what the forge looks like. Okay, it's heat treated. I've bead blasted it. Now I'm going to put it in my oven and temper it, and then I'm going to deep blast it again after it's tempered. Okay, Mikey, it's the next day. Your blade has been tempered in my oven. And now I'm going to mix up some epoxy, smear it on your handle here, put the blade on, and then smear some on the other side of the handle and mash these together with all those clamps, hold them overnight, and tomorrow I'll come out and start shaping the handle. See you tomorrow. Alright, it's epoxied and pinned, and I'm going to give it 24 hours. I think I already said see you tomorrow, but this time I really mean it. See you tomorrow. Okay, this is what it looks like. Now I got to put it on my belt sander and start shaping the handle. I got the blade wrap, so I haven't sharpened it yet, but it's still a little pokey, and it's enough of an edge where if I grab a hold of it, it might cut me. So now I'm fixing to go in there and rough out the basic shape of the handle, and then take it on my little belt sander, the one in the middle, and finish it out. And then I clamp it down here and finish it by hand. I'll show you the steps. Okay, there's the basic shape. Now everything else has to be done by hand, and that's what all that sandpaper's for. It's probably going to take 3 or 4 hours of me rubbing on this by hand to get this all smooth and shaped perfectly. All right, let's get started before it gets dark. Let me just show you what grit I start with. I start with 220 grit, and then I go to 320, and then 400, and then I've got 6, 8, and 1,000 under here. And the reason you do this is to get all these little cracks and crevices in this handle smoothed out. So when you put the finish on it, the true oil, it just looks like glass. Alrighty, I'm fixing to get to work. Well, there's what it looks like with one coat of true oil on it. And eventually it'll be as shiny and glass-like as those. But it's going to take a couple more days. One more coat of this, then I got to sand it back down to the wood. And what that does is this liquid, this stuff, fills in all the little tiny cracks and crevices. And when you sand it back down to the wood, they're all smooth. And then 3 or 4 more coats of this, and it'll look just like that. And then we clean the blade up, and we put a razor edge on it. Here's a good, that'll cut that hair on your arm right there. And I'll do the same to that. And then I got to make 3 sheaths. I'll show you the sheath when I get it started. Okay, good morning. It's Sunday, and I just put the last coat on. Now I've got to let it dry, and I'm going to take it out of its paper sheath, and I'm going to put a heck of an edge on it right here using my Lansky sharpening system. And then I'm going to make a sheath. I'm going to make 3 sheaths, all identical. This is yours, and we'll get it sent. When I get the sheath made, I'll show you that. Okay, I think you've seen enough knife porn. Back to work, everybody.